Hello and welcome back to the FCSAA State and National Junior College District Baseball Tournament here in Florida. The first game got a little bit delayed due to weather, so the second game, Tallahassee Community College and State College of Florida, will be starting here at 2:05. Don't go anywhere.
We're back here bringing you Game 2 of the NGCAA FCSAA JUCO Baseball State Tournament between Tallahassee Community College and State College of Florida. I'm Chris Valentine. Joining me, Corey Mack and Marshall Watrous. How you doing, Corey?
Good, Chris. How about yourself, buddy?
I'm doing well. Marshall will be in a few minutes. Leading off for TCC as we start the top half of the first is Jordan Curtis, the center fielder. 1-1 the count to start off the game.
Made some good contact out there, Chris, but it looks like it's going to be caught in center right field area there for the first out.
That's the first out of the ball game. Nice gentle fly out to center. Batting second for TCC, the third baseman, number 1, Josh Knopfdorf. Pitching for State College of Florida today, number 15, Brendan Little. Starts off 1-1.
Such a beautiful day for baseball, wouldn't you agree, Chris?
Oh, definitely. It's beautiful.
Beautiful ballpark out here.
70 degrees, sunny, nice wind, left to right in the outfield. 2-1 the count. And he drives that ball to second on the ground. And a good play.
Well played, yep.
Made by Lynch, State College of Florida second baseman. Tanner Thomas coming off the bat. Out in defense, left to right in the outfield, Dillingham, Odor, and Shelby. Third to first, Carstetter, James, Lynch, and Bell. Behind the plate is Johnson. 0-1 the count to Thomas. Takes that ball just outside, 1-1. And grounds that to the pitcher. Good play made by Little. And he tosses it to first, and that will be the third out of the inning. 1, 2, 3. Go the Eagles. And we'll be right back with the bottom half of the first inning.
And we are back. Thank you for joining us as Derek Garcia is on the mound for the Eagles. He's out of Pembroke Pines, Florida.
Leading off for the Saints, number 2, the second baseman, Keyshawn Lynch.
First pitch by Garcia. Outside for a ball there. Oh, 2 count for Lynch. Oh, I'm sorry, 2-0 count. I apologize. Yep. Two and one. Nice hard hit to third base. Well played for the first out.
Good defense by Josh Knopfdorf. And playing defense for TCC, left to right in the outfield, Mebane, Curtis, and Thomas. Third to first, Knopfdorf, Silva, Hartman, and Rayburn. And Houghton behind the plate. Third baseman Ryan Karstetter up to the plate. First pitch outside, ball 1. Second pitch outside as well, ball 2.
Wish we could see how fast these guys are pitching.
And there's a drive deep into left field. That's a deep one and caught on the warning track by Mebane. Good play by Mebane. Myron Mebane, the left fielder for TCC, able to track that ball down on the warning track.
So now we got Riley Johnson coming up to the plate.
First pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 the count.
Johnson is from Winter Haven, Florida. As that's the third out right there. As we're getting ready to switch it up, we'll be back in just a few moments.
We're back here in the top half of the second inning. Leading off for TCC, number 13, the designated hitter, Cole Van. He'll get us started here. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Second pitch swung on and missed. 0-2 the count now. Cole Van, freshman outfielder out of Miller County High School in Colquitt, Georgia. And swung on and missed. Strike 3. That's the first strikeout of the game for Brendan Little.
Little put some good pitches in for that one, Chris, to get that first big out there.
He sure did. All three of those were right where he wanted them. Now batting the left fielder, Myron Mebane. First pitch outside, called the ball. Swung on, fouled back. Third base side, 1-1. It's a beautiful day here at Publix Field at Joker Marchant Stadium in Lakeland, Florida. Spring training home of the Detroit Tigers. Great facilities. Wonderful staff. We appreciate their accommodation to us, allowing us to be here today. I pitch outside. 2-1.
Will it look like a changeup outside there, Chris?
Yeah, it did. Yep. Early in the first game, we had the radar going as Mebane swings and misses that ball. We were able to see the miles per hour of each pitch, but I believe it's either broken or they've turned it off. I would hope it's broken because it's a very good tool to just turn off. Mebane steps out. Fouled back. Third base side again. Still 2-2. Mebane making sure that he doesn't go down looking. Protecting the plate. And he goes down looking. Strikeout number 2 of the game for Brendan Little.
Brendan Little looking really good out there right now. On fire, as Chris just mentioned, with 2 strikeouts in a row.
Yeah, his command is really good right now.
Yeah, he's throwing some really nice pitches there.
Yeah. David Silva, the shortstop, coming on. First pitch in there, first strike. And swung on, ground to third. And good throw.
1, 2, 3
made
right
by
there.
Carstetter. 1, 2, 3. Go the Eagles. And we'll be right back at the bottom half of the second inning. back here in the bottom half of the second inning. Leading off for State College of Florida, number 12, the shortstop, Austin James. Austin James, the freshman from Bloomingdale High School in Valrico, Florida. He'll get the opportunity at the plate to lead off. Cleanup hitter. First pitch low and outside. Ball 1. And that second pitch is crushed but foul. That was a hot shot down the line.
Yeah, he connected right there, made some great contact, just couldn't keep it fair.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to stay, but it kept fading and fading and fading. 1-1 the count. Just a common strike.
Here comes the pitch from Garcia. Big swing and a miss right there for James.
1-2 the count now. And he bloops that one down the line, and that'll be a hit. Austin James is in there for a single.
Well played by Thomas out in right field, too, to position himself to get to that ball pretty quick, to keep it at a single there. That could have easily been a couple bases.
I got to give it to the PA announcer and the audio guys here. They've come up with some really good walk-up music for these guys.
And again, such a beautiful facility as well. Oh, pitch is thrown past first base.
Bad pickoff attempt, and James is going to third. Lazy effort by the first baseman.
Wow. Yeah.
Lazy effort by Rayburn. He could have easily gotten there. He tried to hold up James.
Yeah, that was slow motion by Rayburn over there.
Yeah, he didn't really run for that at all. And now there's a runner on third with no outs. Tyler Romanek comes up. That'll go as an error on Derek Garcia.
Ball outside there for the first pitch for Romanek.
During the season, Tyler Romanek played 42 games, batted .274.
Nice hard hit ball there, out in center, right center. Nice catch.
Jumping catch, a little unnecessary if you ask me. But the runner scores. And State College of Florida jumps out to a 1-0 lead.
Saints come marching in with one run right there.
Good plug to that song, Corey.
Number 30, Jaron Shelby, up at the plate.
Pitch really in. Takes it for a ball. Jaron Shelby hit 7 home runs in his freshman year this past season. 38 RBIs. Very productive hitter for the 6-hole. 1-1 the count now after that foul ball.
Shelby from Lexington, Kentucky. Here comes the pitch by Garcia.
Outside ball 2.
Foul back.
Shelby batted .284 on the season with an on-base percentage of .380.
Inside corner there.
Full count for Shelby.
Full count with 1 out.
And he draws the walk. That's ball 4.
Way to be patient right there for Shelby up at the plate there.
That was a very tough one to lay off.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Bell up to hit. 1 out, 1 man on first. Good swing. Nothing doing. Caught nothing but air. 1-1 the count.
Brock is originally from Phoenix, Arizona.
He's a long way from home. That ball inside and low. 1-1 the count now. Takeoff attempt over at first by Garcia. Nothing doing.
If you just tune in, thank you for joining us here at our FCSAA State and NGCAA District Baseball Tournament this weekend in Lakeland, Florida. The runner goes.
And a good throw, and it's in time. He's out at second. Close play.
That was right on the money right there, man. What a nice throw.
That was a very good throw by Houghton. One and two the count. And he grounds that through the hole between third and short. And he'll get on base.
Nice base hit right there.
Good hit by Bell. Left fielder Brian Dillingham coming out to the plate. 2 outs, 1 man on.
Outside there on Garcia.
It's a high one. Right center. And there to make the catch. Hayes Curtis. That'll be 3.
We'll see you in a few minutes as we get ready to go start off the top of the third. And we're back at the top of the third here. I'm Corey MacDonald, alongside with Marshall Waltrus, Chris Valentine.
Pretty tight ball game so far today, right, fellas?
Sure is, Marshall. Again, I know we keep repeating ourselves, but such a beautiful day, beautiful park. Can't get any better than this.
You really can. If you're around the area, I definitely recommend coming out to Joker Marchant Stadium here in Lakeland, Florida.
As we have Tucker Rayburn up at the plate. One and one count.
That ball caught a strike, 1-2 count. Tucker Rayburn, freshman out of Lake Minneola, Florida. 0 outs right now for Tallahassee Community College Eagles. They're in the dark blue if you're just now joining us, and State College of Florida Manatees are in the light blue. State College of Florida located in Sarasota, Florida.
Little delivers. Foul back there.
If you missed the game prior to this, Chipola defeated St. John's River State College 5-2. It's a great ball game, pretty close all game. St. John's River State College was actually controlling the game until about the 6th or 7th inning, and Chipola just took over from there, which is why they're ranked the first seed in this tournament. Tallahassee's ranked 10th seed and State College of Florida 7th.
We got a full count here for Rayburn. A little blooper there to third. And the play is made for an out. As that play was made by Carstetter, third baseman there. Made a nice throw.
And a great job by Carstetter swinging it all the way across, getting to the first baseman to get that easy out for him.
And that brings up the catcher, Aaron Houghton.
Houghton, the freshman out of St. Petersburg, Florida. He's actually an alumni of St. Petersburg High School.
Representing.
Houghton is listed at 6'1", weighing in at 235.
We have a 1-2 count here for Houghton. Nice pitch by Little there. As Houghton will make his way back to the bench. Beautiful pitch.
Next batter for Tallahassee is the second baseman, number 14, Jack Hartman.
That brings up Jack Hartman, the second baseman, as his first pitch is outside there by Little.
Hartman's batting average for the season's .264. He's from Peachtree City, Georgia. The official calls that the umpire calls that a ball.
Yeah, inside corner for a ball there.
2-0 count. 2-1 count now for Jack Hartman.
Both teams had a pretty good overall record for the season, as TCC was 28-23.
You know, Corey, it's funny you say that. TCC is one of 3 teams here from the Panhandle Conference. They actually made it in as a wild card, but you don't really see many conferences send 3 teams all the way here.
No, you don't. And State College of Florida was 32-20 with one game, finished in a tie. Brings up Jordan Curtis.
The other 2 teams from the Panhandle Conference here at Chipola College and Northwest Florida State College.
A bunt. Wow. Wow, nice bunt there. As Curtis gets to first with no problem.
Well-placed bunt by Curtis. He was able to sneak that by the pitcher. The second baseman had no chance. Curtis, a hometown kid. He's from Tallahassee, Florida, Lincoln High School graduate.
Brings up Josh Nothdorf. Runners on first and second. Foul back there.
Josh Nothdorf actually has the highest batting average on the team with a .373. Played in 32 games this year. You know, it's usually rare you don't see someone with the highest batting average on the team with 0 home runs for the year. It's kind of a unique statistic.
Still a 1-0 game here in favor of the Saints.
The runners on first and second. Have an 0-2 count now here for Josh Nothdorf. 2 outs.
Way outside there. Thrown by Little. See if the Saints can get out of this little jam. And Little does. Beautiful pitch right there. As we get ready to go to the bottom of the third. And we'll be back in just a moment. Thank you.
Walks, strikeouts, stolen bases, caught stealing, average.
And we're back. As Rugi Odor comes up to the plate. 1-0 count. Or 0-1, excuse me. 0-1 count there. If you're just tuning in, thank you for joining us. I'm Corey MacDonald. Alongside me here, we have Marshall Waltrus and Chris Valentine giving you the play-by-play between these two teams, the Manatees and the Eagles. Here comes the pitch, and that's going to be right past the shortstop for a base hit.
And a nice hit by Rugi Odor. Something unique about him is he's actually cousins with Rugnet Odor, the second baseman for the Rangers.
And that brings up Keyshawn Lynch, the second baseman out of Lake Hamilton, Florida, with one on. No outs. Bottom of the third here. At Publix Field in Lakeland. And there's the first out right there. That catch was made by Thomas, Eagles right fielder.
Ryan Carstetter now up to bat. Carstetter has the highest average on the team. He bats a .364. State College of Florida Manatees finished up as Suncoast Conference runner-ups.
Garcia throws it to first there. Good job by Houghton there to stay in front of the ball from going past him.
A little bit slower pace of a game compared to the first one, where the Chipola St. John's River State College game, it was pitchers throwing the ball every second. As soon as they'd get it, they would not take any time to rest, where this game is a little bit more slow played as the pitcher there tries to get out Rugi Odor at first base, but can't connect. Carstetter still up to bat. Counts 1-0.
That was a nice pitch there by Garcia for the strike. Right down the middle. A little wide outside there. 2-1 count. 1 out.
Carsetter's got 5 home runs on the year. He's a sophomore out of Port Matilda, Pennsylvania. However, he went to IMG Academy. As Rugi Odor is still safe at first base, trying to get tagged out. However, pitcher's still unsuccessful.
Here comes the pitch by Garcia. Nice hard hit out in left field, but it's hooked foul.
Nice hit by Carstetter. The one was almost out of the park here. Over a little too far left. So the count now is 2-2. That last pitch was clocked in at 85 miles an hour.
It's up and working right there, Chris. That's some good heat there, 85 miles per hour.
Most definitely. These pitchers, past 2 games, they've been bringing the heat.
Garcia finds his pitch, gets ready to bring it. And a big swing and a miss right there for Karnstetter as he trots back to the bench, the dugout. That brings up the catcher, number 19, Riley Johnson. Winter Haven, Florida. That's where Johnson is from. We have 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. Still a runner on first.
Johnson, another big hitter for this team. He's got a batting average of .346, 2 home runs on the year.
Nice big swing and a miss right there. Looks like Garcia's getting pretty warmed up out there now. He's throwing some really nice pitches. Throw is made to first, and the runner's safe. Thank you for tuning in if you're joining us. Out here at the FCSAA State and NJCAA District Baseball Tournament here being played at Publix Field in Lakeland, Florida. Bringing you play-by-play coverage. My name is Corey MacDonald, Marshall Waltrus, and Chris Valentine. Beautiful facility here where the Detroit Tigers play. Their spring training baseball.
Really is a beautiful facility, and you couldn't ask for a more perfect day to play some baseball. They had a little weather delay at the beginning of the first game due to rain from the night before. The groundskeeper, outdoor crew did a great job of getting this field ready to play.
The runner's going. Big swing and a miss right there.
Nice stolen base by Rugi Odor. He's safe. Full count now for Riley Johnson. It's a big swing and a miss.
Odor, a little speedster there, huh?
Oh, yeah. They kept trying to tag him out at first, but no luck there. So he's really baiting the pitcher on these stolen bases.
The Eagles do have 2 outs. That is not going to be playable. That foul ball hit there. Souvenir for a fan.
Riley Johnson still with a full count. 2 outs for State College of Florida Manatees. He makes some contact, whoever goes to the left of third base. He'll get another shot at this ball as he made contact on that last one.
There's a total of 10 teams out here playing in this tournament, competing against one another.
We've got some good ones. Following this game, we've got Eastern Florida State College versus Northwest Florida State. That'll be played at, I'd assume, a little bit after 4 p.m. as we get some good contact there from Riley Johnson. However, that's going straight to the sky, and that is caught. So it'll be 3 outs, and that will take us to the top of the 4th inning.
We'll be right back. And we're back here at the top of the fourth as the Manatees are in the field. Brings up Tanner Thomas, the right fielder for the Eagles, as he takes a strike from Little. Little has had a few big strikeouts already in this game.
Thomas is tied for second on the team for home runs. He's at 5 home runs on the year.
5 home runs.
He is a freshman outfielder from Fleming Island High School. That's up in Jacksonville, Florida. So he tips that ball back, and that's a foul ball. So the count now is 1-2. 0 outs here for Tallahassee Community College. So far, a pretty low-scoring game, Corey. What do you think so far?
Yes, very low-scoring game there. Only 1 run scored between the two teams.
That lone run was scored in the bottom of the second by State College of Florida Manatees.
So what's your thoughts about the other teams competing in this tournament this weekend, Marshall? Any team that catches your eye?
So
big strikeout there, by the way, by Little.
Getting back to your question, there are a bunch of good teams here. Chipola, we already got to see them play in the first game. They put on a good show once St. John's River State's starting pitcher went out. And Chipola's a good team. Last year, Santa Fe College won the whole thing, so they're a favorite. They're coming in here as a number 3 seed. And also, Polk State from Suncoast Conference, they're a good team. They're number 2 seed. So, I feel like it's a toss-up just for anybody who can do it. Last year Santa Fe, when they won the state tournament, they finished in the top 4 in the nation. So it just shows you how talented junior college Florida baseball is.
1-1 count for Cole Van. Big swing there, but no contact. 1-2 count. 94 miles per hour on that last pitch by Little. He's throwing some heat, man.
He most definitely is, and it's going to be tough. Cole Van's a very, very experienced player. I mean, for the year he's averaging a batting average of 372, and he's a good player. Even though he's a freshman for this team, he's still up there. He's actually leading this team with 6 home runs for the year.
That's the second strikeout there for Little.
Yeah, Little is bringing the heat. I don't know how anyone can hit off of that ball.
And he throws a good 2-seam pitch there.
Plenty of scouts here to watch him, and once Little gets on that mound, they all bring out the radar guns. So they know for sure that he can bring the heat.
Myron Mabane is up at the plate as he hits a ground ball to second. 1-2-3. As we get ready to go into the bottom of the fourth, where the Eagles will take the field and the Manatees will come up to the plate. We'll be right back. And here we are in the bottom of the fourth. Brings up Austin James.
James, a freshman out of Valrico, Florida. He has 35 RBIs on the year.
1-1 count for James.
Good eye by James, seeing that one outside the box. There's some contact, and that ball is going to drop right in front of the Margaritaville patio. That ball is not a home run, but nice contact there by James.
The catch was made by the right fielder Thomas for the first out.
We're still waiting on the first person to hit it in the Margaritaville patio. We had first game come a little bit close, hit it over there in the bullpen, but not quite there. Chris, is it going to happen this game?
I don't know if I see a lefty with enough power so far today for it to happen. Maybe in one of the other games.
First pitch by Garcia is a ball for Romanek. As he pops up right there. And that catch is made by Nothdorf.
Just like that, 2 outs. Here at the bottom of the fourth. And up to bat now is number 30, Jaron Shelby.
Foul back by Shelby. 0-1 count. 2 outs. Bottom of the fourth.
Shelby is definitely this team's slugger, so he leads the team with 7 home runs. He's got 38 RBIs on the year.
That's hit foul there, as it's a 1-2 count. 2 outs. Again, thank you for joining us here at the FCSAA State and NJCAA District Baseball Tournament, the Publix Field in Lakeland, Florida. I'm Corey McDonald with Marshall Watrous and Chris Valentine giving you play-by-play.
That's Jaron Shelby still up to bat. Count is 2-2 with 2 outs. No runners on base.
Jovan Joslin working the camera. Shout out to Mr. Davey Gill.
Excuse me, count now is 3-1.
Pitch by Garcia. As Shelby takes a walk to first.
Now, Chris, if you're in that situation right there and your coach saying you got a 3-1 count right there, what do you tell your player to do? You just tell him to swing away or eye it out?
You tell him to only swing if it's his pitch. Every batter has their pitch that they love more than anything. They have a location and a type of pitch. Mine, when I played, was a fastball up and in. I like to turn on it. So I wouldn't swing on a 3-1 count unless it was around that area.
That is Brock Bell up now at the plate to bat for State College of Florida Manatees.
As he takes a strike from Garcia for the first pitch with a runner on first. 2 outs, bottom of the fourth. Still a 1-0 game.
Garcia trying to tag out Jaron Shelby at first. However, no luck there.
as Brock Bell winds up the hit again. That'll be called a ball. Count is 1-1 with 2 outs. Runner on first.
Here comes the pitch by Garcia. Well, actually decides to throw to first instead. Quick move by Garcia over to first. That pitch is a ball by Garcia. 2-1 count. Beautiful day out here at the Publix Field in Lakeland, Florida.
Brock Bell is listed at 6'4", 195. So he definitely
Whoa.
reckless swing there by Bell.
A big cut by Bell there as he actually dropped to his knee. Was off balance there. Looked like he was trying to send that one out in the parking lot somewhere or the neighborhood across the way. That big swing.
He definitely put all 195 pounds of himself behind in that swing.
That's hit high there. Oh.
And a big miscommunication in the outfield as
Wow.
all 3 players ran in together on that ball, and no one called out that they had it. I could tell the frustration in Coach's voice.
Wow, the Manatees will score another run, make it a 2-0 game. With that, off of that miscommunication play there. The Eagles. As Bell is safe and sound on second. 2 outs.
And the Manatees are really taking advantage of this. They've had 2 outs for a good while now, and the Eagles just really aren't capitalizing on it.
Brian Dillingham up at the plate.
No matter what sport it is, when you're playing defense, communication plays a huge factor. So just a great example there when three guys are running in together, no one called out that they had the ball and just dropped right on the green. So easily could have been avoided.
Garcia threw in the high 70s in that last pitch there. So here we have a 3-0 count with 2 outs. Runner on second. Bottom of the 4th. 1 run has scored so far in this inning. And here comes the pitch by Garcia. As it's a 3-1 count. And there's another walk given by Garcia.
Great job by Dillingham being patient on that one. He had to count at 3-0. Didn't swing. Count went to 3-1, and then still didn't swing and got a free walk out of it.
Houghton trying to calm down Garcia a little bit there. A little chat with him. He's going back to talk to him and as the coach comes out as well. Thank you again for tuning in and joining us as we're out here at Publix Field in Lakeland, Florida, bringing you the coverage for the FCSAA State and NJCAA District Baseball Tournament being played here. Total of 10 teams.
That's Rugi Odor up to bat again. He had a hit at his last at bat. Got a single out of it and then actually stole to second.
Runners on first and second.
Odor is one of those players you definitely can't take your eyes off when he's on a base. He's quick. He's prone to stealing bases, so you really need to keep an eye on him, no matter where he is on the field.
Nice hit there to short. Wow! Oh man! As the runner is safe, and that makes the bases loaded for the Manatees. Wow! What do you think of this jam here, Marshall?
I feel you couldn't
Eagles
ask for a better situation right now. Now that Keyshawn Lynch is up to bat, I mean, he's got 4 home runs on the year and 20 RBI. So, with bases loaded, anything can happen right now for State College of Florida. They've taken advantage of their situation. I mean, they've had 2 outs for quite some time now, and they were still getting a run. So, bases loaded, and Keyshawn Lynch is ready to make something happen for him.
Yeah, he took a nice cut right there for a strike. Way outside for a ball there. 1-1 count for Lynch. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th. Oh, nice hard hit to third. As Nothdorf could not make the handle. He did put his body in front of the ball, but could not make the handle to record the out.
Talk about a turn of events. Started off super slow. Started off 1-0 State College of Florida, and then come to the bottom of the 4th, and they crank off 3 runs, all while they had 2 outs.
Yeah, the Manatees are definitely capitalizing here.
I think the mental errors that Tallahassee Community College is really getting the best of them as 2 runs happen because either drop balls or couldn't get a handle on it.
And that brings up Carstetter, the third baseman for the Manatees. As Garcia's had a rough bottom of the 4th here.
Again, the Manatees are in good position. Carstetter with a 364 batting average. He's very likely to get a good hit here. And
464 batting average?
364.
Oh, wow.
364.
So that's still a nice batting average right there.
Still very impressive, and also they got runners on first and second.
Well, this game's definitely starting to pick up a little bit more now.
Most definitely. Yeah, I can tell this dugout over here for State College of Florida, they're all fired up. They're loving it.
And the pitch by Garcia. A beauty there for a strike.
Looks like head coach Mike McLeod for Tallahassee Community College has got a couple of pitchers warming up in the bullpen. Count is 1-1. Carstetter with a good eye. That pitch is called a ball.
2-1 count for Carstetter. Putting the pressure on Garcia.
Again, that's Ruggie Odor out there at second base. Garcia's really got to keep an eye on. He's really baiting Garcia, getting further and further away from that second base each time. But he's been safe every time you throw it to him. It definitely does play a big role into a pitcher's mental ability to pitch.
It's a 3-1 count now. As Houghton is going to come on out and talk to Garcia, try to calm him down a little bit more again. Talk about some pitches.
For those of you who are watching online, following this game, we've got Game 3 of the tournament where the 9th seeded Eastern Florida State is taking on 8th seed Northwest Florida State. That'll be slated to come on at 4 o'clock. However, the first game got a little bit delayed, so I'm assuming it'll come on just a tad bit after 4. Game 4 will be number 2 seed Polk State versus 4th seed Palm Beach State. That'll be at a little bit after 7 p.m. as well. And that's it for day 1.
Nice hard hit ball there.
Nice hit.
Right center field as that's going back to the wall. Another run gets ready to score, and here comes another one, rounding third. And a triple right there for Carstetter. Beautiful hit. The Manatees are racking them up now. It's a 6-0 ball game.
Next batter for the Manatees, the catcher, number 19, Riley Johnson.
Tallahassee Community College cannot wait to get this inning over with. They've been at 2 outs for forever, and you can tell they're worn out right now playing some defense. So Manatees are really doing well. I mean, bottom of the 4th, you get 5 runs in. It speaks for itself.
We have some activity in the Eagles bullpen over there. As it's a 6-0 game in favor of the Manatees over the Eagles. And Garcia comes out of the game. That's all for him today. As he gets some support from the fans and his teammates.
And a smart call by head coach Mike McLeod. Getting there, it gets to a point where you want to have as much faith in your pitcher as you can, but if nothing's working, you need to switch something up.
I believe this is pitcher Alex Stobert coming in for Garcia. Correction, it's Nick Marchese. Had a tough time seeing his number there.
Marchese, a sophomore pitcher from St. Thomas Aquinas High School. Just a powerhouse in almost every sport down there in Fort Lauderdale.
New pitcher for Tallahassee is number 27, Nick Marchese.
Marchese will have a little bit of time to warm up here. Get dialed in with Houghton.
Again, thank you for joining us. My name is Corey McDonald. We have Marshall Watrous, Chris Valentine, bringing you coverage of today's game.
Garcia finishes off his day with 3.2 innings pitched, 7 hits, 6 runs, all earned, 4 walks, and 1 strikeout. Not a great performance. Not a performance to remember for Garcia here in the state tournament.
Riley Johnson up at the plate. Waiting Marchese's first pitch here. As he takes a strike. Still have 2 outs. Runner on third. Johnson's in the hole, 0-2. Way outside there, 1-2 count. We're still in the bottom of the 4th as the Manatees have scored 5 runs. Marchese with the pitch. Hard hit ground ball to third. And the play is made. As we get ready to go into the top of the 5th, we'll be back in just a brief moment. Thank you. And we're back here in the top of the 5th. Chris, why don't you tell us a little bit about Brendan Little so far this game?
Yeah, Corey, he's been killing it today. He's only given up 1 hit, 1 walk through 4 innings pitched, and he's got 6 strikeouts. He's utilized his hard stuff, his two-seamer especially, and his curveball really well. There's that two-seamer again. Clocks in at about 94, 95 every time. And he can just locate it to perfection. He's been killing it so far today.
He really has. I mean, you said it right there, throwing in the 90s. And there have been beautiful pitches too, man. Like, he's been money so far, that's for sure. As he's facing David Sylvia up at the plate. Or Silva, excuse me. out of Miami, Florida. We have a 2-2 count on Silva as he fouls that one there to hang in there.
Count now is 2-2 for number 15, David Silva. So from my understanding, there are run rules here at the junior college baseball tournament. They'll call a game if you're up by 10 after the 5th inning, and then if you're up by 8 after the 7th inning, they'll call it. If it doesn't reach either of those, then it's whoever has more points by the end of 9 or the end of more innings.
We have a full count here on Silva. And Silva takes a stroll to first base as Little delivers the walk.
Brings up the first baseman, number 18, Tucker Rayburn.
Up to bat now is number 18, Tucker Rayburn, the freshman out of Lake Minneola, Florida.
Inside pitch there for a ball. We have a 2-0 count here for Rayburn. A runner on first. Top of the 5th here. Still a 6-0 game in favor of the Manatees. Little has put on a stellar performance so far today. A bunt back to Little as he gets the out at first. Runner advances to second. And that is the first out there. And that brings up catcher number 24, Aaron Houghton. He's done a good job today behind the plate, using his body to block a few wild pitches made by Garcia earlier. He takes a strike there from Little. The Eagles in desperate need of some runs here. Takes a big cut there for a big swing and a miss. Beautiful day out here, 77 degrees in Lakeland, Florida.
And that ball was tipped by Houghton. So the count will still be 0-2. With one out and a runner on second.
Here comes the pitch. One and two. Count here. on Haunton. And a strikeout right there. Another one for Little. That is his 7th strikeout today. And that brings up Jack Hartman. Second baseman for the Eagles. We have 2 outs, runner on second. Thank you for joining us here today at the FCSAA State and NJCAA District Baseball Tournament. I'm Corey McDonald, Marshall Watrous, and Chris Valentine bringing you play-by-play of this game here between the Eagles and the Manatees. Tallahassee Community College Eagles, State College of Florida Manatees.
And a nice hit by Jack Hartman. However, can't get it down the line, so that one go to the right of first base. This tournament lasts from Friday, May 5th until the championship game will be on Wednesday the 10th. All games will be played here at Publix Field. This is in Lakeland, Florida.
Total of 10 teams throughout the state made their way here for this tournament. As Little gets his 8th strikeout of the game. Again, what a stellar performance he's put on so far. And this still is a 6-0 game as we get ready to go into the bottom of the 5th. We'll be right back. And we are back in the bottom of the 5th. 6-0 game here. As Austin James is up at the plate. James is the shortstop for the Manatees. As Marchese is on the mound for the Eagles. Got a 2-0 count here on James. The biggest inning of this game so far was in the bottom of the 4th when the Manatees racked up 5 runs. And that's a nice line drive hit out there. in right field. Excuse me, left field. Oh, wait, the ball was mishandled as the runner goes to second. That was Mabane out there who juggled the ball out in left field. That brings up Tyler Romanek.
This State College of Florida team is dangerous. I mean, last time they were batting, they got 5 runs in. So, what do you think, Corey? How would you compare their offense and their defense? Even how would you compare their pitcher Little to some of the other pitchers you've seen?
A good finish there, as that was line drived to Silva, but the play was finished for the out. You know, I'm really impressed with Little for the Manatees. I mean, he has 8 strikeouts today. He's bringing the heat. The bats have come alive also in this game for the Manatees. They have really capitalized, to answer your question, on both sides, offensively and defensively, in my opinion, obviously, as they're winning 6-0. But, you know, again, it started off kind of quiet, and, you know, they just started turning it up. You know, and the Eagles are really struggling to even, at this point, kind of hang in it. We have Jaron Shelby as that ball is hit to short, and that's going to be an error right there, I believe. That'll be an error on Silva. And that brings up Brock Bell, the first baseman for the Manatees, as we have a runner on first and second with 1 out.
Last at bat, Bell had a nice hit to left field, which resulted in a double. He's got runners on first and second now.
Marchese delivers. Delivers a ball there. 1-0 count on Bell. Two-0 count. Again, I'd like to thank you for tuning in. If you're joining us here at the FCSAA State and NJCAA District Baseball Tournament being played here at Publix Field in Lakeland, Florida. Giving you play-by-play coverage, I'm Corey McDonald, Marshall Watrous, and Chris Valentine.
It's now a 3-0 count for Bell. We'll see if he swings on this pitch.
That last pitch on Marchese was clocked in at 87 miles per hour. As Bell takes a walk to first, and that gives the Manatees bases loaded. Marchese is in a tough spot here with only 1 out, bases loaded.
Let's hope we don't see Tallahassee Community College in that same position they were in last inning, where they had 2 outs on the board, but they just couldn't get that 3rd out, which resulted in 5 runs coming in. So hopefully Marchese can take control of this game.
And this brings up number 1, Brian Dillingham. He is a local guy from Bradenton, Florida. Takes the inside pitch for a strike.
We've got quite a bit of a crowd out here. I know it's only the first day. However, the crowd definitely thickens the further into the tournament you get.
Dillingham hits a hard hit ball, but looks like it's going to be caught by Curtis. And a run scores. And it looks like we have, okay. Oh, the runner makes his way back to first. But again, another run scores to make it 7-0. Manatees over the Eagles. Brings up Rugi Oder. As he fouls that back. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th here, Publix Field.
Last at bat, Rugi Odor had a nice infield hit that resulted in a double.
And as you mentioned earlier, too, is a speedster on the bases. Houghton cannot handle the pitch from Marchese as runners advance. Marchese gets settled in. Here comes the pitch. That is outside for a ball. 2-1 count, 2 outs. Runners on second and third. That's hit, deep center, and caught by Curtis to record the third out. As we get ready to go into the top of the 6th, it is a 7-0 game. We'll be back in just a moment. And we are back here in the top of the 6th. 7-0 game. Manatees winning this one over the Eagles. Jordan Curtis, number 10, is coming up to the plate for the Eagles. Brendan Little has 8 strikeouts in this game. Has put on, again, a very good performance today. As that's fouled back by Curtis. The bats have come alive for the Manatees. And that started, again, the first run was scored in the bottom of the 2nd, but the biggest one was on the bottom of the 4th when 5 were scored. We have a 1-1 count here in Curtis. Little is from Malvern, PA, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, home to the Little League World Series.
That's right. Over the when I was younger, when I played Little League, I actually had two friends. They were twin brothers, and that played in it, and they actually won it. Their team won the World Series. It's pretty cool seeing them on TV playing in it, and of course winning it in the end. It's pretty exciting for me, growing up with the two of them and seeing them pull it off.
It's unreal. Not everyone can say they won the Little League World Series.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it?
Up to bat now for Tallahassee Community College's number 1, Josh Nothdorf. He's a hometown kid. Went to high school in Tallahassee. Graduate of Leon High School. He's listed at 5'11", 165.
There's been times during the game that Little has clocked in the 90s with his pitches. We have a runner on first. It's a 1-1 count, no outs. Way inside there for a ball, 2-1 count. This is a 2-game elimination for each team in this tournament. Again, a total of 10 teams throughout the state are playing in this tournament. And we'd like to thank you for tuning in and listening to us today as we bring you play-by-play. Corey MacDonald, Marshall Watrous, and Chris Valentine. Nice hard hit ball there for a base hit. Runners on first and second with no outs.
It's one of the few hits someone's gotten off on Little. She's been on fire today. That was 1 of 3 today that Little has let.
Only 3 hits he's
allowed, yep.
That's, wow. 8 strikeouts, 3 hits he's allowed.
Most important stat is that he hadn't allowed any runs in. So
yeah, as Tanner Thomas is up at the plate. The right fielder for the Eagles. And as he settles in for a ball delivered by Little. Beautiful day, beautiful ballpark. That's hard hit. That's deep in right center area as it hits the top of the wall. And the Eagles finally get on the board with that bash of a hit right there by Tanner Thomas. Just drove in 2 runs, a two RBI triple. That Thomas got off of that one from Little.
And great job by Tanner Thomas. I mean, with Brendan Little pitching that ball so fast, if you make some solid contact, that thing's going to fly. And, you know, that thing got all the way over to the wall in center field. So
the Eagles are down by 5. That could be the spark that they needed to get back in this game as Cole Van's up at the plate. Yeah, that was a beautiful hit by Tanner Thomas, hitting the top of the wall. Big swing there and without any contact for a strike.
Brennan Little, graduate of Conestoga High School.
And that will be Little's 9th strikeout for today. Letting up 4 hits.
Brings up the left fielder, number 3,
Myron
Myron Mabane.
Mabane. He's the left fielder for the Eagles. Next game coming up will be Eastern Florida State College versus Northwest Florida State College at 4 p.m.
That game was supposed to start at 4, however, due to a half-an-hour rain delay from the first game, that game will not be on until probably about 4:30 or closer to 5. And as we're speaking, the Eagles get another run. 3 runs in the top of the 6th.
7-3 ball game. Again, Marshall, as I mentioned, this could be the spark that the Eagles needed. It looks like Little's starting to kind of wear down some. He has pitched a solid, good 6 innings so far with 9 strikeouts. He's putting some heat on the ball as well. It's only 1 out. And that's hit high out in right field where the catch is made by Shelby. Recording the 2nd out. As the Eagles have already scored 3 runs so far here in the top of the 6th, if you're just joining us. David Silva is up at the plate for the Eagles. As he'll take a strike delivered by Little. Evens it out at 1-1 count. Beautiful day for baseballs. It's in the high 70s here in Lakeland. Little gets comfortable. Silva awaits. Here comes the pitch. And outside with a 3-1 count. The Eagles have come alive as they're only down 4 runs now. As Silva takes a trot to first.
Brings up number 18, first baseman Tucker Rayburn.
My name's Corey McDonald. Alongside me, we have Marshall Watrous, Chris Valentine, Jovan Joslin, the cameraman, doing a stellar job today. And here comes the pitch by Little. As that's hit hard for a base hit in center field. Nice hit there by Rayburn. Made some great contact as we have a runner on first and second.
You can definitely tell Little's getting fatigued. I mean,
just this inning alone, he's let up more hits than he's let in all game. So
Yes, as coach is actually coming out to chat with him or calm him down a little bit. And let's see, we have some activity in the bullpen over there for the Manatees, it looks like. Yep, we do.
and Little's allowed 4 hits just this inning alone and 3 runs as well. So it's very uncharacteristic of him to walk a player as well, and you just walk the player to first. So
Yeah, it's like you said, though. He looks fatigued. He's he's put up some big numbers with strikeouts today, and again he's throwing at high speeds. So I can't imagine he probably won't last too much longer before the coach makes the call to bring in a reliever for him.
I mean, that's expected between anyone. Anyone's going to get tired, and also it is the first day. I mean, obviously,
Right.
you got to go all out in every single game, but if you're going to make it to that last day, you got to make sure your best pitcher is ready to go.
None of that, though, too. The Manatees still up by 4 runs, so we'll see what happens here as that's fouled back by the catcher, Aaron Houghton. Ooh. 1-1 count. Runners on first and second. We have 2 outs to see if Little can get out of this jam here. As that's hit pretty well, but it looks like it's going to be caught by Odor to record the 3rd out as we get ready to head into the bottom of the 6th. But the Eagles still are able to score 3 runs to make it a 7-3 ball game. We'll be back in just a brief moment. And here we are. Heading into the bottom of the 6th as we lead off with number 2, Keyshawn Lynch. The second baseman for the Manatees. Faces Marchese. As he bunts. And the play is not made in time as Lynch is safe at first. Good bunt there to get on base.
Brings up the third baseman, number 24, Ryan Carstairs.
Ryan Karstetter, last inning, had a triple. I believe with 2 RBI triple there. And here comes the pitch by Marchese. A big swing and a miss right there by Karstetter. Again, thank you for tuning in and joining us here at the FCSAA State and NJCAA District Baseball Tournament, where we have 10 teams throughout the state competing against one another here at the beautiful Publix Field in Lakeland, Florida. I'm Corey McDonald. We have Marshall Watrous and Chris Valentine bringing you play-by-play. Jovan Joslin on camera. And we have a 1-1 count here with no outs. Runner on first. That last pitch was 75 miles per hour by Marchese. As Karstetter fans Marchese with that big swing and a miss by his bat. These two teams competing with 8 others. This game started off pretty quiet, but started to turn up as both teams. That's a hard hit ball out in center, and it'll drop. Karstetter having some good hitting in this game. As Lynch advances to third, and he'll stay on first. Still no outs. That brings up Riley Johnson. Marshall, has a certain player kind of stood out to you during this game between both teams?
Aside from the pitching of Little in the first couple innings, I mean, like, he's been phenomenal. Definitely pitching-wise, he's been phenomenal. Hitting-wise, Keyshawn Lynch, he's been pretty consistent. Karstetter as well. A lot of these guys have really stepped up and just made consistent plays to get on base.
Marshall, you mentioned Odor a few times in the game being a speedster. Did you also mention that he has a relative that plays in the major leagues? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yep, his cousin Ragnar Odor, he's a second baseman for the Rangers. So I actually talked to the head coach for State College of Florida before the game because I didn't know if that was, a brother or what it was. With the same last name, and then both names, first name's pretty similar, and it's actually his cousin, which is, it's pretty unique.
Pretty cool. And Johnson hits a deep fly ball out to right field, which was caught by Thomas. However, another run scores.
That's Keyshawn Lynch getting home.
And that is the first out there. Johnson did his job to bring Lynch home. Or yeah. Or I should say, yeah. That's correct there.
Head coach Mike McLeod talking it over with his team out on the mound.
Right. Yep.
Tallahassee Community College down by 3, scores 8-3. State College of Florida leads.
I just realized when we were talking about that last play, when I mixed the two names, I don't know if you picked up on that. I said Keyshawn and Johnson. We know a Keyshawn Johnson, right, from the NFL back in the day.
Easy mistake to make. And it looks like Tallahassee Community College is going to go to the bullpen. The new pitcher coming in for Tallahassee is number 8, Malik Barrington, the freshman out of Jacksonville, Florida. He'll have a couple pitches here to warm up.
This will be the third pitcher for the Eagles. Again, thank you for tuning in and joining us. It's a beautiful day out here in Lakeland, Florida, in the high 70s out here at Publix Field, where this baseball state tournament is taking place. Beautiful spring training facility, the home of the Detroit Tigers. Again, my name's Corey McDonald. I'm here with Marshall Watrous and Chris Valentine. Jovan Joslin. Your crew for today, giving you play-by-play for this tournament. Covering this game here between Tallahassee Community College and State College of Florida. And here we go as Austin James is up at the plate. Barrington is settled in as he gets ready to face James. It is a 8-3 ball game here in favor of the Manatees over the Eagles. One 0 count. Barrington out of Jacksonville, Florida.
That last pitch was clocked in at 73 miles an hour. Barrington, the third pitcher today for Tallahassee.
A runner on first for the Manatees. Here comes the pitch from Barrington. As James was undecided on that one with a 1-2 count. Here comes the pitch. A big swing and a miss there as Barrington gets his first strikeout. Not bad starting off.
Next batter for the Manatee is the designated hitter number 20, Tyler Romanek.
That brings up Tyler Romanek. That's hit foul. Romanek from Columbia, South Carolina. That's hit hard out in right field, where the catch is made for the third out by Thomas. Now we will head into the top of the seventh, and we'll be right back in just a brief moment. And we are back.
Leading off for Tallahassee is the second baseman, number 14, Jack Hartman.
And leading off, we have Jack Hartman for the Eagles, second baseman. As Little is still pitching in this game. Again, he's put on a stellar performance. The Eagles did capitalize, though, back in the top of the sixth. Got the best of Little as they scored 3 runs. And Hartman is facing a 3-0 count now by Little. As Hartman will take an easy walk, thanks to Little.
Easy trot to first base.
Yep, an easy trot right there. Right over there.
Right over there to first base.
Yep. My well-respected colleague, Marshall Watrous, mocking me with my Boston accent there that I occasionally bring out. Probably won't be the last time you hear me say a few things with the accent.
It's a wicked cool accent.
It is a wicked cool accent.
And there's Jordan Curtis up the bat for the Eagles.
Little decides to throw to first there.
Jordan Curtis had 3 home runs on the year with a batting average of .368.
Who's the team leader with home runs for the Eagles? Can you give me? I'm curious.
Team leader for home runs for the Eagles is number 13, Cole Van, with 6.
Okay, Cole Van.
Got a few guys with 5 home runs, Tanner Thomas and Aaron Houghton.
That was a nice pitch there by Little. And there's a bunt. What do we got? And no. Play is made at first. Nice play there.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a close one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Coach Mike McLeod is not happy at all. He's going out to talk to the umpire. I mean, from up here, it definitely looked like he was safe on that play.
You know, you kind of wonder how it's not often that these calls are overturned. You know, I always kind of got a kick out of that as the coaches, plead their case running out there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't think it ever gets overturned, but it does add to the entertainment factor when coaches go out and,
Yeah, we still like seeing it, right?
let the umpire know he's not happy with the call.
Exactly.
I think the only person who can overturn a call himself is Michael Jordan. So
Yeah. As Little comes out of the game, again, a stellar performance today by him. Did a great job, pitched very well for his team. As they're still up 8-3 here. You're in the top of the 7th. And let's see who comes in for him.
what a performance by Little. I mean, he is on fire today. Consistently holding low 90s on the pitch.
Yeah, he was very consistent. You said it best right there.
I mean, it was funny because beginning of this game, after he threw out his first couple pitches, all these scouts here in the front, just all of them immediately brought out their radar gun and their timers, and he's got some heat behind that pitch.
Yeah, I think at one point. Okay, I was just wondering. Excuse me for my pause. I was wondering who the pitcher was. As that is Jeremy Orbick.
Orbick, a freshman out of Homewood, Illinois.
But real briefly, Marshall, going back to Little, yeah, I think at one point, one of his pitches I saw clock in at 94.
Wow. I mean, that's some serious heat there. For those of you just now tuning in, looking to try and watch the Eastern Florida State versus Northwest Florida State game, it's supposed to start at 4 o'clock. However, there was a weather delay from the first game. A couple of these games have been a little bit more slower pace, so for my guess, this Eastern Florida State, Northwest Florida State game will be probably closer to 5. It's the top of the 7th now, so it's a few more to go. Then give those teams a couple minutes to warm up. They'll be ready as the umpires giving Jeremy Orbick a couple minutes to warm up. He just came out of the bullpen. He's giving Brendan Little a rest, who had a phenomenal day-to-day pitching. Only allowed 3 runs, and those runs didn't come until the 6th.
And Orbick is a freshman for the Manatees. As Marshall mentioned, from Homewood, Illinois.
You don't see many guys from Illinois coming down here and play junior college ball in Florida. However, State College of Florida's team is very diverse. Got some people from California, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Georgia, Arizona, Kentucky, just to name a few. North Carolina in there as well. So, Coach Tim Hill definitely is recruiting from all over the place, not just Florida.
Now, the Eagles do have a runner on second. There is one out. As we are still in the top of the 7th here. A little wide outside pitch by Orbick. Again, beautiful facility, beautiful day. And Corey McDonald, Marshall Watrous, Chris Valentine. Covering this game here between these two teams. 2 of the 8 others. Total of 10 competing throughout the state. Come here to play in this tournament.
That ball was very outside, so count now is 3-1 with one out and a runner on second. It's Josh Nothdorf out to bat for the Eagles.
And he walks him.
Another easy trot to first.
2 runners on for the Eagles. And that brings up the right fielder, number 16, Tanner Thomas, for the Eagles. See what he can do with his bat. As the Eagles are down 5 runs. Orbick delivers a strike on that first pitch to Thomas. Oh, that was a big cut right there by Thomas. As he's in the hole, 0-2. And the pitch, as that's fouled back.
Count is still 0-2 after that foul ball. Tanner Thomas looking to make something happen with a runner on first and runner on second.
As Marshall mentioned, after this game, the next one coming up would be Eastern Florida State College versus Northwest Florida State College. As that throw was a wild throw by Orbick to second. And we have bases loaded here for the Eagles with only one out.
Next batter for the Eagles is the designated hitter, number 13, Cole Van.
Cole Van, as Marshall mentioned earlier, their team leader in home runs, has bases loaded. What do you think of this spot here for Cole Van? What are you thinking now, Marshall?
I think that's a good spot to be in. I mean, with only one out, why not just give it a shot? Cole Van is, like you mentioned, he's got 6 home runs on the year. He's the home run leader for this Eagles team. And, you know, State College of Florida, you can tell they're getting fatigued. A little bit more sloppy play compared to the first couple innings. So give Van a shot.
Let's see what he can do.
Van only listed at 5'10", 185. He's a freshman out of Colquitt, Georgia. There goes a shot. Center field, whoever's caught.
A run will score.
A nice job. Van doing his job and getting a runner home.
The Van driving in a run home.
There you go. Pun intended.
8-4 game here. Brings up Myron Mabane. He is the Eagles' left fielder. As he has a runner on first and second. And there is 2 outs recorded here. He takes a big swing and a miss there. Okay, and Orbick delivers a strike. We have an 0-2 count here for Mabane. comes the pitch. And a strikeout right there. As we head into the bottom of the 7th. 1 run does score. It's an 8-4 game. Again, the Manatees are up over the Eagles, and we'll be right back. And here we are, the bottom of the 7th. Publix Field at Joker Marchant Stadium in Lakeland, Florida. Barrington is facing Jaron Shelby. Shelby is the right fielder for the Manatees.
And that pitch was called a ball.
Hard hit ball there. As that's going to drop out in right center field over there. And he's going for 3. As Shelby.
Shelby driving to third base.
As the Shelby picked up some speed. And gets a triple out of that. What a beautiful hit. There's another. That's one of the other nice hits today in that general area of the ballpark that was placed. And this brings up Brock Bell. But Shelby got the best of Barrington. That nice triple. That's a nice hard hit for a base hit there. As a run will score.
Easy stroll home for Shelby. A great hit there by Brock Bell.
Yeah, Silva couldn't handle that one right there, that rocket shot for a base hit.
That last pitch was clocked in at 78 miles an hour.
And it looks like, just looks like a little chat out there. I don't know about a pitching change yet. You know what? I think there is going to be a pitching change. Yep, sure is, as Barrington comes out of the game. And we'll see who comes in. Again, thank you for joining us out here at Publix Field at Joker Marchant Stadium in Lakeland, Florida. I'm Corey McDonald, Marshall Watrous, Chris Valentine. bringing you the play-by-play for this game today. Tallahassee Community College Eagles, State College of Florida Manatees.
And that pitching change looks like it's going to go to number 9, Octavio Marin from Miami, Florida.
Marin's a sophomore. For the Eagles. Left-handed pitcher. As we are in the bottom of the 7th. It's a 9-4 ball game here. Again, start off pretty quiet, but ended up picking up. Manatees hanging in there to keep their lead. As they're up 5 runs. And that brings up number 1, Brian Dillingham. As Marin gets ready to deliver his first pitch, and there's a bunt foul.
That is number 1, outfielder Brian Dillingham.
Again, bringing you coverage here. The FCSAA State and NJCAA District Baseball Tournament. 10 teams competing against one another. Out here at Publix Field in Joker Marchant Stadium in Lakeland, Florida. I'm Corey McDonald alongside here with Marshall Watrous, Chris Valentine, Jovan Jocelyn on the camera. Thank you for tuning in and listening to us today as we're covering this game. And as Marshall mentioned, due to an earlier rain delay, the next game will be Eastern Florida State College versus Northwest Florida State College shortly after this game is over. And that is a strikeout right there for Marin.
Next batter for State College of Florida is center fielder number 3, Douglas Oder.
That's Rugi Oder. Again, coming back in. He's had a pretty good day today.
Marin delivers. And that's a ball for Odor. Ooh, wild pitch there as the runner will get comfortable at second. Haunton cannot do much with that wild pitch there. He's done a pretty good job behind the plate majority of this game. Again, using his body to block a lot of wild pitches, but that one was just too wide outside to do much there. But we have a 2-1 count here on Odor. And there's one out. We are still in the bottom of the 7th. Runner on second. Here comes the pitch. We have Keyshawn Lynch on deck.
Rugi Odor with a 3-1 count. One out with a runner on second.
As he bunts. Wow. Ho, ho, ho. That is an out. A very close out. And looks like the Manatees coach comes out here to chirp a little at the umpire regarding that call.
That's two very questionable calls at first base. I mean, it goes both sides. I can tell Coach Mike McLeod wasn't happy when it didn't happen towards Tallahassee Community College's favor, and then now with Tim Hill and the Manatees. So, yeah, who knows? Just from even the fans' perspective, you can hear just the crowd's reaction to it in itself.
Well, if we want to focus on a positive, the runner does advance to third, puts the Manatees in scoring position. However, it's left with 2 outs. So if Keyshawn Lynch here can get a base hit, that'll be a good thing for the Manatees, as he's been on base a few times already today.
I mean, you can't blame the coaches at all. It is the state tournament, so
Oh yeah,
anything can come down to a single play. So
you're absolutely right.
You can't blame the coaches for fighting for their players, and if Odor didn't get there in time, you didn't get there in time. But good for head coach Tim Hill to try and stick up for his player, as now.
And the umpires are doing a great job too. They're forced to make tough calls at times that may be questionable to others, but they do a great job. And again, both sides just fulfilling their roles of what they're supposed to do.
As Keyshawn Lynch is up the bat, count is 1-0. Make that 1-1 as he hits a foul ball.
.86 miles per hour. And that last pitch there by Marin. Again, a beautiful day out here at Publix Field at Joker Marchand Stadium, the home of the Detroit Tigers spring training facility. That's a nice hit there. For a minute, wow, out. For a minute, though, I really thought it was going to go up the middle of the center field. But that was well played by Silva to record that out, as the Eagles head to the dugout. And the Manatees will get ready to take the field, and we'll be right back. And welcome back as we get ready to head into the top of the 8th. I'm Corey McDonald. Leading off for the Eagles is David Silva, who is the shortstop for the Eagles. We have a 9-4 ball game here as the Manatees have maintained the lead all game. Orbic is on the mound for the Manatees as he delivers a ball to Silva. Beautiful day out here at Publix Field at Joker Marchant Stadium, Lakeland, Florida. Corey McDonald alongside Marshall Watrous, Chris Valentine, Jovan Joslin on the camera. If you're just joining us as we're bringing you coverage of this game. And as mentioned briefly a few times earlier as well, due to a rain delay at the beginning of the tournament has caused a later time for the next game that will be coming up against Eastern Florida State College versus Northwest Florida State College. So that'll be playing shortly after this game is over, as Silva has a 3-0 count. And Silver takes first base. Compliments of Orbic, giving him a walk. And that brings up Tucker Rayburn, who is the first baseman for the Eagles. Johnson will go have a quick brief chat with Orbic. And so will the Manatees coach. There is some activity in the bullpen going on for the Manatees. Nine to 4 ball game, no outs, top of the 8th. The Eagles are trailing 5 runs. And Orbic gets ready to deliver the pitch. Takes a glance over at first as there is a runner on first. And that first pitch is a ball. Again, a gorgeous day out here. Beautiful day for baseball. This tournament is going on all the way up until Wednesday, the 10th. Here at Joker Marchant Stadium. And that was a big swing and a miss right there by Rayburn. I'll tell you though, there's been some really nice hits this game. Popular location happened to be out there in right center field, where there's been a couple of triples recorded in this game on both sides. Good pitching, too. That mostly came from Brendan Little, who I believe had 9 strikeouts this game. The home plate ump gets a second opinion as Rayburn did not go through with the full swing. And he has a full count, 3-2. No outs, runner on first. As Orbic gets ready. And it looks like that was a changeup there for a ball. We have runners on first and second. And that brings up the catcher, Haunton. Aaron Haunton. He has a good opportunity to capitalize with a big-time hit here with 2 runners on and no outs. Let's see what he can do with his bat. In the meantime, he'll take a ball from Orbick as Johnson goes out to chat with him.
Johnson helped keeping the young pitchers
Head in check. He's the 3rd one of the day for this Manatees team. This game approaching a little bit over 3 hours now. It's the 2nd of the day.
Again, we're in the top of the 8th. 9-4. Manatees over the Eagles. Thank you for tuning in and joining us. As we have 10 teams competing against one another from various areas throughout the state of Florida. And here comes the pitch from Orbick. As Haunton has a 3-1 count. Still no outs. Runners on first and second. As that's a nice hit. Deep center field. And it goes over the center fielder's head. As a run comes around, gets ready to score. Another run will drive in. As Aaron Haunton slides in the 3rd with a triple. Beautiful hit. As Odor, the speedster, watched that ball fly over his head. Did his best to get to it, but not in time before Haunton decides to slide into 3rd for a triple. As the Eagles desperately needed those 2 runs. And we have a 9-6 ball game here. What do you think of that beauty, Marshall, huh?
I mean, what a great play by Houghton. Couldn't have come at a better time. And, getting 2 guys home, getting himself to 3rd, puts him in a great position to potentially tie this ball game up. It's 9-6. Tallahassee Community College still trails by 3. However, the beginning of this game, we were talking about like run rules. It was 5 or 6-0 at one point. So, it's really crazy just how one inning can change. The top of the 6th when TCC went off and had 3 runs, it really turned this ball game around for them and gave them some hope. So. They're really taking advantage of their opportunities. It was tough to get over Brendan Little when he was in there pitching. He's such a great pitcher, but he got worn out, and good for Tallahassee Community College.
As the Manatees bring in another left-hand pitcher. Which looks to me to be number 10. James Logan Lyle is from Bartow, Florida. He is a left-handed freshman coming into the game to pitch for Orbick. As the Eagles are attempting to do some damage control here, at least they got 2 runs for now. Scored in the top of the 8th with no outs. They can still do some more work here as Haunton is comfortable on third base. In the meantime, as Lyle continues to warm up and gets ready. As he gets ready to face Jack Hartman. The second baseman for the Eagles. Just a brief moment as he makes his way up to the plate. Again, thank you for tuning in and joining us here at the FCSAA State and NJCAA District Baseball Tournament here at Publix Field, Joker Marchant Stadium, in Lakeland, Florida. I'm Corey McDonald, Marshall Watrous, Chris Valentine. As Lyle delivers a strike. Nice hard hit for a base hit in center. And another run scores. As is a 9-7 ball game. Some good hitting right there by Hartman. That brings up Curtis to the plate. As the throw is made to second, but not in time. It looks like Hartman's just going to stay there. Either you got something in his eye or you just needed a brief timeout for a moment. I didn't catch that in time if he actually slid in a second awkwardly or hurt himself, or he looks a little shaken up. As the trainer's attending to him, it looks okay as he gets up on his feet. And some few claps, some support from his teammates and fans. It looks like he's going to be all right. In the meantime, Jordan Curtis does have one ball. And Lyle gets ready. Waiting for the call from Johnson. It looks like he has his pitch. But Curtis decided to step out for a brief moment. Now we get back into it. Here we go. Still no outs.
Curtis with 3 home runs on the year. He also has 20 RBIs.
That was a change up there for a strike. Again, thank you for tuning in and joining us out here covering the FCSAA State and NJCAA District Baseball Tournament, where there's 10 teams out here competing. The game started today, and it's going all the way through May 10th. And a big swing and a miss right there as Lyle gets a strikeout, sends Jordan Curtis back to the bench. In the meantime, Brian Dillingham. Oh, excuse me. No? Yep, that is true. My bad on that one. I was looking at the number 1 for the different team there. Yes, that's Josh Nothdorft. It's a tough last name to say, huh, Marshall? You do it well, though. I had a little trouble earlier trying to say it. We have a runner on second. We have one out, and here comes the pitch. And that is a changeup on the outside corner for a ball, delivered by Lyle.
Northorf has a 1-1 count right now with one out and a runner on second.
That was a nice hard hit. But the play is made by Lynch, I believe that is. Yep.
Easy play at first. Gets the runner over to third, and TCC is looking to get in scoring position. They're at 2 outs right now. However, they're only down 2. Well, that's number 16, Tanner Thomas, up to hit for the Eagles. Thomas has 5 home runs on the year. He's tied for second on this Eagles team, as well as 46 RBIs.
Wow, 46 RBIs. That's pretty solid.
By far leading the team in that category. Excuse me, he's up there with Cole Van. He's also up there in home runs. Both pretty great players for this Eagles team.
And that's a nice base hit right there. And that big gap in second, between second and first.
Give Thomas another RBI.
So yeah, it's some great hitting right there. As Lynch was nowhere near that ball. And that brings up Mr. Cole Van. Let's put some miles on the bases, huh? In the meantime, Lyle delivers a ball to Mr. Van. And there's a runner on first. But we have 2 outs. See what happens. Well, Lyle decides to play catch with Bell in the meantime. And here comes the pitch. The ump calls time for a moment. And here we go. And that's ball 2, 2-0 count, 2 outs. Out here at Publix Field in Joker Marchant Stadium, Lakeland, Florida. Lyle gets a strike there. 2-1 count, 2 outs. Runner on first. And that's foul back. Again, Cole Van leads in home runs on the team, as Marshall mentioned last inning. His last at-bat when he was up. And here comes the pitch. As that's hit hard, but that's going to hook foul. As Van has a 2-2 count with 2 outs. We have 2s right down the board there. And here comes Lyle with the pitch. Nope. Decides to take some extra time. Again, right after this game, We'll have Eastern Florida State College versus Northwest Florida State College. It is now a full count for Cole Van. Let's see what Lyle has to bring him. As that's hit a little high there, and it looks like it's going to be caught. And it sure is, as that brings the third out. And we get ready to change sides as we go into the bottom of the eighth. It is, the score is 9-8, and we'll be right back. And we are back, going into the bottom of the eighth. Score is 9-8.
Leading off for State College of Florida is the third baseman, number 24, Ryan Carsetter.
Ryan Carsetter comes up to the plate. The Eagles have found their way back into this game, only being down by 1 run. Marin is still on the mound for the Eagles. And here comes the pitch. As the first pitch is a strike. That's a nice hard hit ball there as it's going back, but caught. The warning track by Mabane. Just a little bit more, and that would have been sailing over the wall. In the meantime, that brings up the catcher, Riley Johnson. And that's hit pretty high, but it looks like it's going to be caught and recorded for the second out. Made by Rayburn at first for the Eagles. A quick 2 outs right here.
Brings up the shortstop, number 12, Austin James.
And I'll bring up Austin James, the shortstop for the Manatees. That's way outside by Marin. In the top of the eighth, the Eagles scored 4 runs. Again, they got back into this game as they're only down by 1. Marin really, these last two pitches way outside. As Haunton will go chat with Marin for a brief moment to try to get on the same page with one another. Thank you again for tuning in today and watching us and listening as we are bringing you the coverage for the FCSAA State and NJCAA District Baseball Tournament being played here, Publix Field at Joker Marchant Stadium in Lakeland, Florida. I'm Corey McDonald, Marshall Watrous, and Chris Valentine. And in the meantime, we have a 3-1 count with 2 outs. Now we have a full count, 3-2, as James got caught looking at a strike. The last 2 pitchers for the Eagles have been left-handers. Ooh. James takes ball 4. As the Manatees got a man on base.
Brings up the designated hitter, number 20, Tyler Roman.
Designated hitter, Tyler Romanek, comes up to the plate.
For those of you wondering about the Eastern Florida State versus Northwest Florida State game, we're still in the second game of today, whereas Tallahassee taking on State College of Florida. Eastern Florida State game will be on following this game, granted giving the teams a little bit of time to warm up. We're at the bottom of the 8th right now, so maybe 30 minutes or so until the next game will get started. We'll keep you posted.
Marshall, looks like the Eagles are going to make a pitching change.
A lot of pitching changes today from both games and both teams. Seen at least 2 pitchers from each team.
Maybe not a pitching change after all, Marshall. I guess it was just a little talk.
Just talking it over with the team.
As Marin will hang in there, will stay in the game. And here we go. As that's hit pretty hard. That's going back, and it's gone! Tyler Romanek hits a bombshell out in right field. As the score is now 11-8. That was a rocket shot, huh, Marshall?
Talk about a great shot at a great time. I mean, State College of Florida has been playing pretty flat lately, and he gets 2 home, so that's the way to do it.
Yeah, that was really nice there. Nice hit. In the meantime, as Jaron Shelby comes up to the plate, and that's hit pretty hard. Is that going to drop? Yes, it will. As Shelby gets a nice base hit there. And the Eagles do have some activity going on in their bullpen. Brock Bell comes up to the plate. There is 2 outs. That was a big swing there. Without any contact. Marin plays catch with Rayburn. And Bell awaits for the pitch. And that's hit the third. And scooped up for the out. As we get ready to go into the top of the 9th, where a couple runs have been scored, and we have a 11-8 ball game. And here we are in the top of the 9th. As Myron Mabane, the Eagles left fielder, is up at the plate. And he takes the first pitch for a ball. And that is hit high and caught by Odor for the first out. 2 outs away of putting a ribbon on this game for the Manatees. Ribbon and a bow. It's, again, 11-8 game. The Manatees have maintained the lead the whole game, but the Eagles have fought back hard and made it closer. But that is a foul right there, as a bunt was attempted. Again, we'd like to thank you for tuning in and joining us. I'm Corey McDonald, Marshall Watrous, Chris Valentine, covering the FCSAA State and NJCAA District Baseball Tournament being played here, Publix Field at Joker Marchant Stadium in Lakeland, Florida. It's been a beautiful day. This is the second game being played here. And that's a strikeout right there for Lyle, as they're one away of sealing the deal here with a victory. In the meantime, Lyle will have to go through Tucker Rayburn. Yeah. Great day. Oh, and there's a changeup. One count, 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. That's foul back. 1-2 count, 2 outs. Let's see what Lyle brings here. And here comes the pitch. So that was a changeup inside for a ball. One out away for the Manatees. That's foul back. And that's hit hard for a base hit in center field, as Rayburn will get to first with no problems. And Aaron Haunton will come up to the plate.
Next guy for the Eagles is the catcher, number 24, Aaron Houghton.
In the meantime, we have a runner on first. Lyle gets ready to make the pitch. As it's a ball. 1-0 count to Haunton. Nice hard hit there for a base hit. As Carstetter could not handle it. Couldn't handle that play over at third. Beautiful hit. As 2 runners are on board with 2 outs remaining. Again in the top of the 9th. And the coach makes his way out to the mound.
Here's a replay of that last play.
Haha, just kidding. Is it replaying? Yep, there we go. So it looks like we have we do. We have a new pitcher coming into the game for the Manatees. And
Your designated hitter is going to first base. That's number 20, Tyler Romanek. And the first baseman is now your pitcher, number 28, Brock Bell.
okay, yeah, that's why I was a little delayed there. It's the first baseman coming in to pitch. Brock Bell. And again, the Manatees only need one more out to win this. Chris, were you just a pitcher when you played baseball? Did you move around the infield a little bit, or?
No, I mainly played catcher. I only pitched when they needed me to.
Cool.
And in my off days as a catcher, I was a third baseman.
What do you love most about this game?
America.
Amen. Again, we have 11-8 game here. Top of the ninth. The first baseman, Bell, comes in to pitch for the Manatees. We have runners on first and second. As Jack Hartman's at the plate. And here comes the pitch. Nice, right down the middle there. Runners on first and second. Bell gets ready. As that's hit out to right field. And this game is over. As State College of Florida Manatees win this game 11-8. Beating the Tallahassee Community College Eagles. I'd like to thank you for joining us. Again, my name is Corey McDonald, Marshall Watrous, and Chris Valentine. Please stick around, stay tuned for the next upcoming game as it will briefly take place. And again, that game is Eastern Florida State College versus Northwest Florida State College. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you shortly.